We're seeing lots of green up on the screen as institutional and retail money is flowing back into the market. Why is this happening? What about gold? Oh, it appears the top may be there, which means more money might be flowing into crypto. We'll talk XRP price along with
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
second largest inflow day since the Trump inauguration. Green up on the screen, green in my background. Gold pullback leading into a crypto rally. Oh, there's lots to cover today. But before we get into that, you know the deal, Lemon Peel. You, the viewer, matter most. That's why I put your comments at the beginning of the video. Who got news during Easter? You did. That means you are super special. Love you. JJ Johnson Live says, what's up from Key West, Florida? XRP, baby. Look at the whole market pumperinoing. Sweet getting close to $3. Just the tip. We'll give you the whole thing here soon enough. Anthony says, hi from Alaska, XRP. How about this? Let me know where you're viewing or listening from and what your favorite crypto is down below. CJM says, family, hobbies, and cards. Thanks, Klaus. I agree, the crypto market is maturing, and I will add that you seem to be maturing too. Choo choo. I don't know if I'm maturing, but I'll be honest with you. I seem to be getting better, but definitely not maturing. Balls, balls, balls. Hey, oh, by the way, it's hump day, everyone. Bitcoin's sitting at 92,733. ETH is 1,800. We're going to be talking about ETH at 2,000 here soon and getting excited about it. I'm just putting that into perspective because that is kind of sad, because don't you think we would maybe be talking about something a little bit higher than 2,000 with ETH? Yeah, kind of odd. XRP though, 227. We're still in the friend zone, but she's letting us get a little bit closer to doing things. Sweet breaks the $3 mark while we're live here. XLM 27.2, BNB 609, Doge 18.1, while HBAR's hanging out with us at 18.6. Papa John's is still beating us with 46,100 subs, but we're clawing our way back with 44,300. Let's beat Papa John's. Besson says he expects the de-escalation to end soon. Basically, they're getting close to an agreement, everyone. That's why the market's green. Because of that, BTC ETFs record their second largest inflow day since the Trumpito inauguration. U.S. spot ETFs have seen a remarkable surge in activity, and the retail volume was juicy as well. They recorded nearly $1 billion in combined daily net inflows on April 22nd. According to data compiled by SoSoValue, the inflows were found to be around 936 million, so we're going to round up to that billy mark. The week's total reached 1.3 billion in 2 trading days, right after Easter. So we snoozed on Easter. We ate our lamb, our corned beef, our tuna fillets. That's what we had in my house. Yeah, seriously, that's what we did for Easter this time around. Did something a little bit different this year. And then we went into the crypto trading. How freaking awesome is that? Investor confidence is surging, and what happened? We saw the gold charts shift. Look at this, and we're going to go to the 5-day here, right? All of a sudden, Besson announces, hey, look, we might be nearing a deal here. Gold pulls back 200 points. Absolute shift here. Now, but before that happened, though, some players out there said, yo, girlfriend, we think there's some more green that's going to go up on the screen. And I'm like, yo, maybe I need to buy more LED lights to put more green up on my screen. I do have a sign, though, that goes green. It says choo choo bitches indeed. I unplugged it, though, but because I've got a heating pad on, because I'm trying to loosen my legs up because I am going to try to lift today. Just throwing it out there. But here's what happened. Brandon Lutnick, Tether, and SoftBank are now doing a MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy, styled BTC adventure with $3 billion. Okay, now, look, here's the weirdness with this, okay? We're kind of getting back into the kind of crypto hot potato. This money is coming from here, but that money from here is going to there. That money from there is going to here and there and there. Before you know it, the money's all kind of convoluted and mixed up, and that person knows the same person knows that person. Yeah, crypto hot potato. So now Tether's getting into a little bit more BTC acquisition, but isn't Tether also the one propping up BTC? But now part of their reserves are BTC. But if they're propping it up, but their reserves are what they're propping it up with, isn't that kind of funny money? Ooh. Now, I'm bringing this up because you're seeing a big strategy here. Not MicroStrategy, but you're seeing a big strategy from players go into BTC as your strategic reserve. Specifically in this one, this is a new group with 3 billion getting into BTC hodl mode. Gold is in a stretched bull market. Expect pullbacks from more commodity strategists. Trick and I have conversations about this every so often. When is it time to sell gold? And I've been hesitant to pull the trigger. But the reality is if we're going to be getting a trade deal here soon with China, that alleviates like the biggest thing that we're all worried about. The second biggest thing is what? Recession fears, okay? Recession fears happen. That means the world is, kind of stagging out. We're kind of laming out a little bit. Growth is kind of meh. But we've seen some zones, though, that have been lowering rates. The European zone has lowered it 7 times in a row. Canada's been lowering it. So if you don't mind investing globally, right, kind of moving the money around, well, then you can cool and you can avoid it. And that's what you're seeing with institutional money. So all of a sudden, you see the gold chart, and like I showed you earlier, look at this. Juicy, juicy booty, and then yo, girlfriend. Now, don't get me wrong, gold at 3,300 is still juicy AF. We still got a lot of things we got to worry about. What about Jerome and Money Printer Go Burr? Jerome and Money Printer Go Burr could send gold way back up again. That's if he does it. I hope he doesn't. A lot of us hope he doesn't because we don't want inflation again. But is this the peak of gold? People got to start asking that because gold was the store of value play. Crypto is risky. So now, if all of a sudden the safe haven play got stuck at 3,500, does that mean more money can flow into crypto? Interesting. Now, overall, the volume for crypto is freaking bonkers. 52% up to $138 billion. Money is definitely flowing in. Excitement and enthusiasm is flowing in. I'm super excited. Now, there's a stat I want to share with you, and then we're going to talk XRP price. This whole video has been about learning. And for real, for all the haters out there that go, bro, you never bring the good news. All of yesterday's videos were good news. Today's video is pretty much good news. So suck on that. For all of you that are like, bro, thank you for bringing the news. Good, bad, happy, or sad. Well, you're welcome. And thank you for watching. Now, let's learn a little bit more. Okay, so you see this altcoin season index where it's 15 out of 100. Basically what they're saying is BTC is dominant. And I know what you're thinking, right? When you go to this up here and you go to your cryptocurrencies, you're like, but bro, when we look at it, why is it, that like BTC is up, so many percent, but the rest of the market is this? Shouldn't we be, like, I get what you're saying. You're saying like, oh, but sometimes, hold on here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let me go to that exact screen because I know some of you guys do that and you see it. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm doing this live because I know when some of you look it up, you look at this screen. And you're like, okay, BTC is up 3.6%. ETH is up 9. Solana is up 5.3. How is BTC still dominant? 15 out of 100. Well, because when you look at the spread that's in this index, here's BTC right here, all right? Top 100 coins over the last 90 days. There's only so many of them that are beating BTC right now. The majority of the market is doing worse than BTC, as you could see. So that's where that BTC dominance comes from, because over the last 90 days, the majority of tokens have performed worse than BTC. And that's what you need to check out. So, yeah, I just thought I would share that with you as a deeper explanation into this BTC versus altcoin season thing. So when you hear players start talking about, oh, bro, it's altcoin season. Yo, this is the best stat you can look at because you can compare it to pretty much any crypto in the top 100. How does it go against Filecoin, VeChain, ICP, ETH, HBAR, Jupiter, pay? See what I'm saying? All right, let's talk XP price. Volume, nutso, McBallzo, McSacco. Up 127%. 127%. 5.85 billion. Holy crap, Aroni. Now, zoom out to the 7-day and look at this. When do you think Scott Besson said, yo, United States and China are close to a deal? When do you think he said that? I'll give you a guess. Right here. Right here he said that, and all of a sudden we just took on off. So yeah, the market was worried the most about tariffs. Now, like I said, once the tariff thing is completely figured out, then we're going to focus our things on what? The recession talk, Jerome Powell, and rates. That's all one big ball, okay? That's one big ball that moves together. The tariff thing, that was something that kind of came over here, okay? That was a whole separate figure. We get that figured out, we're good to go. Now watch what happens, okay? I'm going to zoom out here. And you're like, but bro, then we're right back where we started. Yeah, before the tariff wars. You see what I'm saying? So we were doing cool. Then all of a sudden the tariff wars happened. Brings us into the poopy zone right here where we had a lot of poop sandwiches, right, in early April. Then we get the tariff wars fixed. We go back to where we were. Then we can kind of resume business. That's how the crypto market works. That's how these big macro events, that's how these big geopolitical events, that's how these big trade events go. They come out of nowhere. All of a sudden, these two big superpowers fight each other. Two dongs slapping, right? Just two big dongs slapping the table. Who's going to buckle first, right? And that's what this is. So when you zoom out, I know what you're saying. You're like, man, this really sucks. It's cool. It's cool because we came back, right? Let's be real here. We came back, and I'll go to the 4-hour chart, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. See? See that? We've come right back to where we were in late March. Why is that cool? Because we at least erased the tariff poop sandwich. Now we can start working on back to what? Jerome Powell, rates, recession. Yeah. So there you go. A whole big bunch of learning mixed with some jokes, mixed with some ha 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 ha, mixed with some crypto hot potato again. This does worry me. Just to go on a little bit of a tangent here. This whole like where these players that are using BTC as a strategic reserve, but then also like using BTC for backing, but then also like being the ones that like prop up that asset, but then they like print their own that props up that asset, so then that asset is supported by the asset that they're propping up. That sounds suspicious there. That's got me worried. So I mean, look, players are doing it. It's like, look, I'm staying positive today, okay? There's green on the background, and there's green up on the screen. I don't really think I want to do an outro, because I basically did one in the screen version, but the more in-depth video in regards to what happened with Besant in China, I will have that linked at the end of this video, which should be popped up on your screen already. So, choo-choo what, girlfriend? Choo-choo, bitches, and I'll obviously catch you as more news breaks. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out.